5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No, this is not a Sports Center update. This is Late Night Parents. Ways to follow the show is latenightparents.com. I am Ted Hicks, and I am joined by the panel, Brian TX, the Cattle Skull, Tony D.
What's up? What's up?
And of course, the legendary Fireman Rich.
Legendary.
Glad to be here. Glad to be here.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. We stay in touch regardless. Glad that. What happened? What happened, Tony?
Chargers are trading Keenan Allen to the Bears for a 4th-round pick. I'm sorry.
Whoa.
That's what just so much NFL. You want to talk about breaking,
bro?
You just broke it.
Listen,
right there.
Whoa! There's so much NFL news. I don't even know where to start. But I just want to go round robin. It's been a few weeks since we've been able to stream together.
2 key players gone,
dude.
That's 2 key players gone.
I don't mean to be rude. I don't think we can ignore us. We need to go ahead and go to football.
So let's go there because the free agent frenzy started.
Yes.
I guess legalized tampering is what they're
identifying
it as.
Yeah, so that's going to open
legalized tampering. What do you mean by that?
Meaning the new league year doesn't start until I think maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. So they're stealing players and stuff like. Oh, right. Okay, right. Gotcha. Yeah, right. Yeah, you could say that. Yeah.
I mean, so the Chargers are keeping Joey Bosa.
Yeah,
it'd be crazy.
I saw that. So I mean, I guess if you talk about the really big signings that we're talking about, I don't know if we want to. If Tony, you're in Warner's Robins, Georgia, but thoughts on Kirk Cousins' $180 million deal, $100 million guaranteed.
What is it that's making him worth all that?
What's the vibe you feeling out there?
What is it? To me, what is it that's making him worth all that money? I got nothing against the dude. I really don't. I think he's a decent, steady quarterback, but that's a lot of guaranteed money that Super Bowl winning quarterbacks haven't been getting. And I'll give you a Russell Wilson only getting that little tiny contract with the Steelers. And he got a Super Bowl ring.
Not a tiny contract.
I know. I talked about this with Bad First earlier. I know exactly
not
what
a tiny contract.
It's only $1.12 million to sign with the Steelers. Give me a break.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
go ahead.
But I would have to say Cousins did not twist the Atlanta Falcons' arms. Atlanta Falcon wants him, so that would be saying the market is speaking.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go back to Russell Wilson when he left Seattle. They were catering to him, and there's stuff coming out now that they were always blaming Wilson for the extra parking spot, the second entrance and stuff. That was the organization giving it to him that. And then when it comes down where you see Peyton screaming and yelling at Russell Wilson, he clarified a little bit of that recently about Denver. I think they were trying to have him go off on Peyton so they could say, hey, you're booted now because of code of conduct or something like that. So it's just, you could say there's some shadiness and stuff like that. There's some big money. And I question the money too. I think Cousins has proven that he's a good quarterback.
Yes.
But it's the organization. You can't look at the player. The player is just looking and say, hey, I'm going to take that if I can get it. It's just like Russell Wilson said in an interview. I can't remember who he was with, but he says if I took if I gave my no injury clause back to them, I would be setting a precedent for other players.
Agreed.
He did not want to do that.
Right.
So
right.
This money bit where everything's on Russell is, I'm all in. I'm on Russell. I'm a Russell Wilson fan now. I'm a Pittsburgh Steeler fan for probably the first time in probably 30, 40 years. Because of Russell Wilson, because I think that is a good fit, and there's going to be I think there's going to be more going on there than Aaron Rodgers coming to the Jets, which okay,
Kenny Pickett's going to have fun now.
Well, Tony Pickett, you look at his stats, and he had a couple years, and he's not. If you take all the touchdowns that Pittsburgh has made in the last 2 years, almost 3 years, Russell Wilson surpasses that just last year.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody's looking at that. They're just saying, hey, he's a has-been and stuff, and he's not. Look at Tom Brady. Look at Baker Mayfield. We have another one of those stories with Russell Wilson, I think. So they're just saying, oh, it's been a couple of years. Denver was a shit team to begin with.
Yep.
They had some tools, but they did not have any coaching, and the front office is a wreck.
Yeah, I can't argue that right now. I can't argue that.
But to follow up with the Kirk Cousins deal, because of that, now Desmond Ridder, the quarterback, has been traded to the Cardinals for Rondale Moore.
I saw that too. That's crazy. Rondale Moore is a decent wide receiver. I've been watching him since a rookie. I think there's a lot of potential with him, but he hasn't been getting the ball enough. I can only imagine what he's going to do when he gets down there with Drake London. That's going to be sick.
So, and then to follow up with the Keenan Allen, he denied the pay cut.
He denied a pay cut. What's up, Sadie?
Hey, Sadie.
So how much money did he get, bro?
So for like Desmond Ridder?
Yeah, well, yeah. I'm just curious on these quarterbacks and the money they're getting and stuff like that.
Let's see. In case of both players are sizable fifth-year options undoubtedly diminish their trade values. Ridder, by contrast, counts for $1.5 million against the salary cap in the 2024 and just $1.7 million in 2025. So
that's about what a quarterback's going for, I guess, right?
But Desmond Ritter's like 24, and he wants the opportunity to step up, but they have no faith in him.
Oh, so yeah, okay.
But I think for what it's worth, for what he had to deal with, it's commendable, because it's like you're trying to make chicken salad out of chicken shit.
Sometimes that's the magic of the NFL. It does work and stuff like that. That's what
I mean, like, to think about it, you had two really good tight ends. You had Jonnu Smith, and you had the other guy, I forgot his name. And then wide receivers. I mean, you had good wide receivers over there. So, and then a nice tight end. So it's like you had yeah.
Jonnu Smith and what's the name that went to was it Cleveland, Cincinnati? I forgot his name.
Yeah, but either way, like it came down to coaching. I mean, because you had both running back. I mean, you had a good squad. I mean, the offensive line was good. You got the weapons, but I think it's just like the play calling.
Right now they got Kyle Pitts.
Kyle Pitts, yeah.
That's the one they got now. I forgot who they had before him, or at least the left. And
now you have Jonnu Smith is going to explode in Miami.
He needs to, because Gesicki did.
Yeah, I mean, but you let me say it last season. Jonnu Smith is the guy. I mean, look at his stature. The guy's built like a juggernaut. The man could catch. And I keep telling y'all, like, that one play where I had the ultimate highest respect. Hey, Rick, the highest respect I have for Jonnu Smith is when the Texans played him in Tennessee. All right, Tennessee had the ball. Tannehill threw it and got picked off. So on the Jonnu Smith was on the opposite corner of the end zone, and when it happened on the other side, and the defender, I think it was like a linebacker or a cornerback, was running it back for a touchdown for Houston, Jonnu Smith caught up to him and stopped him like with 20 yards to spare. So I was like, right there, that is like pure beast athleticism right there, man. That's why ever since then I was like, I respect that dude.
Oh yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. But the man could catch. The guy he's a beast of a size. He has a beast size, dude. Like, he's a tight end with a linebacker body.
Marquise Hollywood Brown is close to finalizing a deal with the Chiefs. Another weapon for Patrick Mahomes.
But the Chiefs, they've lost some weapons, haven't they, though? There's a number. It just seems like there's a lot of teams. There's a lot of people leaving, and the same thing with the Buffalo Bills. It's like, okay, it's starting to it's looking like you got people coming and going,
What's up,
And
Carmen?
there's a lot of shuffling around
Hey,
here.
Carmen.
Hey, Carmen.
Woman.
It'll just be interesting to see. I mean, tomorrow the official day starts, so it's like you were saying, Ted. What's going to happen if all the big names are gone? As far as that goes,
Y'all gotta excuse me about allergies. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Just a couple things I want to comment on.
Sure.
Just to piggyback on the Russell Wilson comments. You can call me Russell Wilson apologist, but he's getting $40 million this year. Whether $1 million or $1.5 million is going to from the Steelers, that other 38 is coming from the Broncos.
So they're trying to run his money out pretty much.
So that's one thing. Number two, Kirk Cousins. Career is 79-70. So he's slightly above 500. I don't know who Kirk Cousins' agent is, but this guy's always signing big deals. Going back to when he bet on himself and was signing those year-to-year deals with the franchise tag and everything else like that, this guy's made over $300 million.
Yes.
Yeah. How do you feel Sam Howell going to the Seahawks? And
I saw that too.
I saw that.
That right there was mind-boggling because I thought they're going to stick with
Gino's a bridge. Gino's a bridge.
Okay, and then on top of that, where's that leave for Drew Lock?
Drew Lock went to he went somewhere. Where did he go?
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, it's like you thought that like maybe they might go with Drew Lock after Geno Smith steps down or whatever the situation may happen with Geno Smith. But I thought Sam Howell was gonna be here to stay for Washington.
Sam Howell is what, 24, 25? That guy has
24.
got good 10 years.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but for what it's worth, Sam Howell and Taylor Heinicke, for what they had to do, with the talent that they had in Washington, come on.
Well,
they did fairly well for what they had.
Pete Carroll has somebody else to rebuild. He's got somebody else to rebuild. He can do it. I don't hear nothing bad about Pete Carroll's coaching, so I think it's a good situation.
Pete Carroll's done.
So who's up there?
Pete Carroll's
Pete Carroll. I was just gonna say Pete Carroll's working at a university, I think, or something, at college.
So who's coaching up there
now? I'm looking it up.
I thought he was still up there. I thought Drew Lock got traded.
No, he's. The last word I got on Pete Carroll is he's working at a college.
Working in the office.
Oh, is he working the front office? Okay.
Yeah, he's working the office. He's gonna be like working behind the scenes.
Okay. Drew Lock went to the Giants.
Okay, it's Bobby Wagner. Oh no, that's a player. Wait.
Oh no, that's
Drew Lock went to the Giants, I think.
Mm-hmm.
So who's the coach up there? They in level. Seattle's a level. Holy smokes!
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Now to go through all this again.
You got that. You have to also look at Buffalo. Right. Buffalo paid Von Miller 6 years, $120 million. He tore his Achilles.
I'm about to say he better be on his last leg, ain't he?
Oh, Dan Quinn,
who used to be the DC
Cowboys DC,
and also the DC for Legion of Boom.
I think he was in Atlanta too, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm.
No, the new head coach is Michael McDonald for Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks named Michael McDonald the 9th head coach of the franchise history at January 31st, 2024. McDonald got the coaching start at just his high school in Georgia, but that's what I'm seeing as the Seahawks head coach, Mike McDonald.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I gotta sit down and go through all this.
He was previously a defensive coordinator for the Baltimore Ravens, 2022 to 2023. So that makes him a pretty good coach, I think, coming from Ravens defense.
Yeah.
What I was going to say is Von Miller. Yeah. That's a huge cap hit. I mean, and any way you got to look at it, 6 years, 120. So most of the players that were, I guess, the remaining players that were drafted in the 2017 draft
Mm-hmm.
were released
Mm-hmm.
by the Buffalo Bills. And why I bring it up is that is the draft with that the Chiefs and the Bills conducted a transaction. The Bills received 3 picks to move up, and what happened was the Chiefs moved up to 10. They provided 3 picks to the Bills, and guess who the Chiefs selected that year? Patrick Mahomes.
Mahomes, okay.
Earth shattering, legacy shattering. I was talking with a Buffalo Bills fan, and I said that one trade right there
Could have changed the whole AFC.
Oh, the Bills could have been going to the Super Bowl. Oh my God!
I said that one trade right there. I said incredible.
Yeah, but on the salary cap, Ted,
Mm-hmm.
Tony, Brian, they keep on talking about this every year. And sometimes I keep on hearing it. They got to be under the salary cap, and they got rules and regulations in the NFL and stuff like that. And it seems like they're always over it. Or and it's just like it's in every. I'm just wondering if that's we've got some recent rule changes and stuff like that. So maybe amongst the owners, just we'll just do that because it builds up the suspense for the NFL as far as this money. Because we've been told, we all agree, I guess it's a business because when they start throwing out that much money, it's is it really truly about the sport or about the it's a sport.
It's the marketing.
But you got the marketing and the money and stuff like that makes it big sports, not little sports. And even college sport now has moved into that big sport category because they're earning money and stuff like that. So I guess I try not to focus too much in on the money. I'm still baffled, why wouldn't any one of us jump on a deal that Russell Wilson had going to Denver and stuff like that. He still had it in the tank and stuff like that. But I think he was misunderstood. They say he's a little quirky. Well, that's just his nature and stuff like that. He's still a damn good quarterback. You look at Baker Mayfield. I thought he was done before going to Tampa Bay. Geno Smith is another one as far as that goes. And you can't. I think it's just the old Yogi Berra saying it ain't over till it's over. And I think for some of these guys, and look at Saquon Barkley. Everybody had him.
Saquon, yeah.
Saquon. They did. Giants don't want him, and now I guess there was a bit where Tiki Barber on WFAN
said you're dead to me.
Supposedly that was supposed to be just a joke, but the part where it's just a joke didn't come until afterwards. But Barkley took it personally, and he threw a big bar back on him on Twitter, as far as that goes, saying, hey, basically, you didn't have my back. And I think what Barkley's getting from Philly, I think I'm looking forward to see him play as an Eagle next year now. And I'm a Giant fan, but I just for that caliber of play.
Yeah, I was really keeping my fingers crossed because it was like you had Madison, you had Josh Jacobs, and you had Saquon on the market. And I was hoping we would get one of the three.
Right.
Apparently, Houston did talk to Saquon, but apparently, but apparently we were trying to they were trying to conduct a deal to where he would sign, but apparently Philadelphia offered more.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So it came down to more money.
Yeah. Okay. Philadelphia had more, so that was a shame. But then all of a sudden, when we got our running back now, I'm like, all right, I'm cool with that.
I really wanted to see Barkley with the Texans, and that would have been must-see TV.
Because he wanted it. He wanted to come to Houston.
That would have been must-see TV.
I think he tweeted it out that he wanted to come to Houston.
He'd have been an old man on that team.
So,
but it's Barkley. 27.
I mean, dude, don't sleep on the Lions next year. I mean, DJ Reader just signed a two-year, $27.25 million contract with the Lions.
Yeah,
that defense is going to be mean.
Even
Houston's defense is mean. The Steel Curtain is going to resurrect their name again.
Hopefully.
You said
Well,
hopefully?
they said about the Steelers, if again, I just want to get on the Russell Wilson bandwagon. If Russell Wilson just duplicates last year as a quarterback, it'll surpass what Pickett has done. So,
Yes.
people aren't really looking at those. That even if he just matches last year, and then and that's all they're looking at. I think the coaching staff, because they got a good defense, they got a good offense. We've been saying it on Tony D's broadcast here at Bell Kings Fantasy Football. It's just one or two pieces and stuff, and I think that's what we're seeing. I'm thinking Cousins. I just have this fear that it's going to be another Matt Ryan deal where, okay, he's going to be the savior and he's going to take them to the Super Bowl, and then they're up by 3 touchdowns, and then the other team takes them out or something like that. It just
Whoa, when did that happen?
Atlanta. Remember Atlanta when they were up by 3 touchdowns? They were in the Super Bowl last time.
Yeah, I know. I'm pulling your chain.
Oh, okay. I still can't believe that.
Tony, I have a question for you. If Pittsburgh landed Derrick Henry and he partnered up with Najee Harris, would you have lost your mind?
Yes.
You're like the ground and pound running backs.
Yes, I would have lost it.
I know JoJo would.
I would have lost it.
Yeah. Barkley was 27.
Barkley was 27, but the rest of the Houstons, for the most part, they were all young.
They're all young.
They are a young team. Yes.
Well, he would have been the old man on that squad, is what I was saying.
That would have been great.
Oh, that's the thing about Barkley now. I was hearing today on ESPN there that the new name for the Giants now is going to be Jones. And I don't think
Jones, everything's around him. Yeah.
It's just like
everything's around Danny Dimes. That's your man's. That's your man's.
Yeah.
So they went with Singletary. So what did they save? $2 by going with Singletary?
Is it $2?
And then who's the running back you were talking about, Tony? There, Pollard.
Tony
Pollard to the Titans.
Titans look very well.
Oh, what is Dallas hasn't done anything? It's just like they're just sitting there. It's like
Mike talked about it. He said Dallas doesn't have any money to give.
Ted, get a hold of Mike. I've been wanting. Oh,
we don't know Rick. Rick, I said
there's a naysayer. There's a naysayer about the Titans.
I didn't have a naysayer about it. There you go, start your mess. I got to see what they're going to do.
Starting mess? What?
I got to see what they're going to do.
You said you can't.
I can't what?
When I said don't sleep on them.
I'm not sleeping on the Titans. I was going to give up on them after last season, but this is a rejuvenation. Now, the quarterback is not going to be enough. It's going to be the team. The offense.
You have Pollard, and then you have
they picked Calvin Ridley back up. Oh my God!
They got Calvin Ridley, DeAndre Hopkins.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then they got Tony Pollard.
And then they got a good tight end. I can't pronounce his name, but
I'm still going after that rookie. Yeah, he should be. I got to see how he's going to do. He's going to be a big fan for the season too.
I mean, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, Desmond Ridder from the Falcons to the Cardinals, and then Rondale Moore from the Cardinals to the Falcons. Ryan Bates, the offensive tackle, goes from the Bills to the Bears. Carlton Davis goes from the Bucks to the Lions. Mac Jones from the Patriots to the Jaguars.
Right.
Is he going to back up Trevor Lawrence?
He ain't going to start ahead of him. We can hang that up.
And then we got.
Oh my goodness gracious! We talked about everything else before we got up here. Don't do that.
And then Jerry Jeudy to the Browns.
Yes, Jerry Jeudy to the Browns.
Jerry Jeudy to the Browns.
Joe Flacco signed with the Colts.
I saw that.
Almost $9 million. Joe Flacco.
Super Bowl
made man.
Super Bowl
made man.
And
so he's got backup Richardson. So yeah.
What's the next one to the Commanders? You forgot about that one.
Yeah, but I mean, yo,
I'm kind of waiting, hoping JoJo comes up here so we can talk about Mike Tyson
I
and.
bet you he's sleep. I bet you he's sleep. You know he's on meds. Why you playing with him?
Yeah.
You know he's on meds. Let the man rest. We'll do it tomorrow night.
Oh my goodness.
We can do a special one tomorrow night. I'll be available. I'm not going to work Saturday morning. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
You know, Carmen, I'm on your case. Oh my goodness.
Dude, Garner Minshew to the Raiders? I mean,
Gardner Minshew
I
to
don't
the Raiders.
understand that
I understand that.
I don't understand that one.
Can he do something out there? I think he can.
Yeah, but
It's
the
like,
quarterback what they already have is good.
What's the name? Josh Jacobs to the Packers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's pause this talk for a second. Fireman Rich today with the rocket. I know you did
yeah, I was on the Starship down there, test flight number 3, which happened this morning. The way it went off, I sort of last minute decided to broadcast on it, and they had a 110-minute window because they can't tie up everything. So they had a window this morning starting at 8:30, and they had a countdown. And the odd thing is the live feed for SpaceX wasn't on there. I guess they had it for the news agencies, but it wasn't on the YouTube. So I was watching this YouTube channel. It's called NASA Space Flight, which they have no association with NASA, but they have some great views of the spaceport down there, the Mars port, I should say. But it became apparent that they were launching it, and it flew, and it did separate, had no problems. There was something going on where the first stage crashed into the Gulf. I guess it didn't land. There was something going on, but they're gathering data from that, so it's going to be better the next time. The Starship did go in not to a full orbit, but a suborbited to where it was a low trajectory where it went across the southern part of Africa into the Indian Ocean. That's where it came down. Some of the footage is unreal. It's on YouTube as far as that. So they were doing a lot of benchmark testing throughout the whole flight. If you look at it, this is the third flight in less than 6 months. Right there, this is the largest rocket, and the amount of payload they can put on this thing, it just gives me faith that we're doing some things here on this blue marble that are simply amazing, that are being overlooked. Other stuff that's goes on that gets our attention from one thing to the other.
Right.
But I've been a space junkie since I was a kid,
right?
Because I can remember Alan Shepard. I was a young lad on it was May 5th, 1963, I think it was.
So they went at quarter impulse power?
Pardon?
So they launched at quarter impulse power?
Oh my goodness!
No, they had all those Merlin rocket or engines. They were blended. They even did a refire of the rockets, the Merlin engines on the Starship in space, which has never been done before.
That's crazy.
They fired them up, and it just, even though there's a lot of wreckage they have so much information now that's going to vastly improve future flights. And that's how they build rockets. They're going to have a lot of mistakes in the beginning, and that was the case with the Falcon rocket. That is constantly it seems like every week there's like 3 or 4, but to get a rocket this size is just smash the like, y'all. On YouTube. So I was really excited about that, and I was real happy. I was like a kid again watching the space flight and just this technology that we have that I was able to broadcast it at the spur of a moment, because I wasn't planning on it. And it was like about 10 minutes before, you know what, boom, 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 I came up, and I did the Tony D multi-broadcasting, because I've been checking that out with putting it over there on Rumble and YouTube at the same time, or Rumble and Twitch, as far as that goes. And So some of this stuff that, but we have so much other stuff going on in this world that
Have
I
you
don't know.
have you visited the Johnson Space Center in Houston?
No. The only time I've been down to Texas, Brian was in Houston or in San Antonio and to visit the Alamo when I went to basic training. That's it. I would love to go see that. And
I mean, you have time on your hands now.
Yeah. Well,
I'll meet you. I'll meet you there.
Yeah. Well, for me, I'm going to have to drive because I don't fly. You know, it was during the broadcast. One of the I had a few viewers here that chimed in there on the regular on the Twitch there said, "Would you go on a space flight?" I said, "The one thing because I'm a little older, I would have to be concerned about is if there's access to bathrooms during the whole flight." Yeah. It's like, I don't know. But they got provisions for that as far as if they have to. But I would probably get on one of those flights to zip around. I don't know about going to the moon and Mars. I don't know. I think I'm past that stage. But
I'd go to the Alamo.
Oh, you would?
I mean, I'll go to the moon. Yeah, I said the Alamo. Read his comment.
Rich, was that one of your favorites? Big Juice.
Yeah, Big Juice. Steve from Ohio. There, he comes in. He's a little bit of a character. He's a good guy and stuff like that. He's on, but it's just amazing to be able to show my excitement. That was the whole thing. It just as far as that goes, but my hat's off to Elon Musk. I know he takes a lot of flack about things and stuff like that, going from Twitter going to X and this and the EVs and all that. But this space stuff, this is the human race's future, and it's real. It's not, and the thing of it is, I remember as a kid visiting my grandparents, and if I stayed down there on a Saturday on WPIX, you would have Buck Rogers, the old Buck
Channel 11, WPIX, number 11, New York.
Channel 11, the Yankee channel there. You look at the spaceship back then, it's the same thing as the Starship. And it's my grandfather used to always say, Richie, today's science fiction is tomorrow's future. And I'm seeing today's future that I saw as science fiction as I was as a kid.
Hey, Rich, you all right over there, man? You're in the zone right now. I can hear you. You got your feng shui going on.
I love space. I love, it's
like
amazing.
I said, if Rich comes down to Houston, I'll meet up with him at Johnson Space Center.
I have to put that on the bucket list, Brian. I'll put that on the bucket list.
That way, I mean, all the suits, the rockets. I mean, even the SpaceX rocket.
Yeah, that would be cool. Yeah,
I've been to the one in Florida. Canaveral. My mother took me there when we was kids.
Yeah, I was stationed with a couple guys that after they got out of the service, they worked down there at Cape Canaveral.
Yeah, people loved working out there.
Yeah. That's good duty.
Working out there.
Good duty and stuff like that.
I think like the next, because there was like one jumpsuit or flight suit I saw. I wanted to get it, but I was like, man, I don't have my size. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah,
but I could just buy my own flight suit.
But you look at what with SpaceX with bringing astronauts up, 4 astronauts at a time. This one Starship, a lot of people don't realize that. That's telling the missus. This Starship, it can easily fit 50 people, no problem, and stuff. And you could fit 100 people up there. They need that volume to be able to lift up and to have that many engines on the first stage going off at once.
Yes,
that's technology that's just mind-boggling, and the math involved in all this is just another thing that's mind-boggling.
Thermodynamics. I see you down there, Rick Carson. It's Twiggy. TWIKI. BD. I know you talk about that. I got you, bro.
I will give an honorable mention to transcripts are now available with Apple Podcasts. So I don't know if you guys have transcripts. They're available. You don't have to pay for them. They're free. Just another way to promote your pod and everything else like that. I mean, I remember years ago when they would offer these type of services and they would want you to pay for it. So it's good that stuff like that is being standardized. I definitely do want to give a quick shout out to our guy Glick. Nonsense.
Yeah.
Always doing something good. What do you mean?
He said my fantasy football panel sucks. I'm on his ass.
Oh,
That's our Glick.
But there's so many different variations of your fantasy football panel.
Either way, he said my shit sucks. He always talk about my show. I'm on his case. And I told him last week.
Your broadcast is a great broadcast.
I'm such an inspiration to him now that he's doing music and he's thinking about doing fantasy football. Yeah. No, you said my panel sucks.
Okay. I'm a little competition.
I'm on your ass.
Let me check. I got to check something.
Glick was in the background. Shout out to Glick.
I have to check something here. Let me see.
We had fun. We had fun Saturday night, though. For real, we did have fun.
My contract is still good to be on
Bell Kings
and stuff like that. I can't break that contract, or else I'm gonna lose.
I appreciate the
link. Isn't that something when you just click on a link and people are talking about you and you're just like, whoa, wait a minute. Now we would definitely give you a shout out to all the great things that you do all during the week.
Yeah,
I didn't shout you out. I'm on your case.
We got also SNS. We also got touring AFC South.
Word.
Mike, how you doing, Mike?
The B-sides.
Also the B-sides.
We got the morning coffee. Man Rich on Twitter the mornings. Yes.
Morning coffee. Fireman Rich. What is the actual name of Michael Bathurst's AM show? Michael Bathurst Experience.
It's pretty much doing morning motivations.
Well, he's been broadcasting on a daily basis. I've been catching his replays.
I just don't know the name of it.
Inspirational quotes. Inspirational quotes is what it is.
There we go. Yeah.
Inspirational quotes. All right.
Yeah, he's doing it and stuff, and I just don't like his format though. It's like I know the reasoning why you get on the portrait because of Instagram, and I don't know, he's still figuring that bird out. But then with TikTok, but then again the big question now is TikTok.
That's a great segue. That's a really good segue.
TikTok going to be around because the House, both on a bipartisan basis, Democrats and Republicans.
How often does that happen, Rich?
Well, the thing of it is,
bipartisan, they come in together and they're like, okay, this is bad.
But with that, though, Ted, you got to think about it. As much as they're at each other's throats, these congressmen, they have briefings, and Tony knows what type of briefings I'm talking about, being in the military, as far as that goes. There's certain things they can't, you just think these are bumbling congressmen, but they do have these sensitive conferences or where they're in a skiff, where that's the only place you're going to find, and you can't say anything outside that skiff.
Right.
And I have firsthand knowledge of those type of environments over my years in the Air Force and such, that there's something going on. And, you got people saying, well, they can't do that. It's an infringement of my freedom of speech and this and that, which I totally agree. That's what this country is based on and stuff, as far as freedom of speech. And I think for the most part, we have it more so than we ever had it. And, even though there's people that think it's been being squashed, but I think it truly comes out in the long run as far as the truth. But the thing of it is, for this country that we all love and that, people shit on and all that, the United States and stuff like that.
Get to it, Rich.
The top priority is security of this, or else we're not going to be able to survive. Yes. So you can just arbitrarily say, well, it's just they want my data, they can have. It's more than that.
Yep.
In China, there's no social media platform over there that's owned by anyone from these United States or Europe, for that fact, because you can't own a business in China because of their culture, if you want to call it their government. So it's on a level, and that's what's really it's been going over the course of the years. I think maybe over the last couple of years, they've been trying to splice it to, so, well, we want to still have this, but the significance that it's a bipartisan passage in the House. Now it's it's forced in the Senate.
Yes.
And it has to pass the Senate. Now the next question, if it passes the Senate, will the current president sign it?
Yes, he will.
I think he has to.
He spoke on it. He spoke on it the other day. Yes, he will.
Oh, did he? Okay, I haven't seen anything. Okay, so
yeah, if you really want to see a unity of any type,
the so-called ties that the president has.
Yeah, both presidents are down with getting rid of TikTok. Both of them.
That's the whole thing.
Yes.
This is no different than the previous president from a different party saying the same thing.
Well, it's not going to go away if it's there's provisions, and there's one guy from Shark Tank. I saw him on Entertainment Tonight or something, one of the channels there, that he says, I'll buy it. There's entities that want to buy it and make it a total, the data is down there in Texas. That's where they have the servers. Yeah, but there's another part of TikTok that's over in China that needs to be Americanized, and that's what the whole squeal is.
The kicker is they got to sell it. If they don't sell it, they got to kick it out. That's what the law read.
You only need to sell the American portion of it. So that container of the American content or users.
Anything Chinese government tied or Chinese anything coming from China, it has to be severed. It has to be severed.
Right. And with the previous administration, Microsoft said they were interested. Oracle said they would jump in.
Well, it's going to be a conglomerate. It's not just going to be one entity like with Elon, because he took a heavy hit, and I don't think that set a precedent that TikTok's probably worth a good penny.
Oh yeah,
I don't think has it been public. It didn't go public. I don't think.
No, with their.
I mean, but ByteDance, the parent company,
going to bring it back.
Yeah,
ByteDance, the parent company, is worth tons of money. Billions of dollars.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting.
But so, what do you say? Because we don't have any millennials on the panel. To those millennials that are using TikTok to make money,
y'all in trouble. So like we was on Haps, y'all in trouble, dude.
I would say if it's between them making money and this country's security, well, where I'm going to be standing. It's going to be the security. But we don't know. We can only speculate. But the thing of it is, there's something that's got to be there to have that much of the House to approve it the way they did it bipartisan. It wasn't just a couple of Democrats and a couple of Republicans. Nonsensical nonsense. Social media these days, everyone has a platform to practice freedom of speech. TikTok issues are not infringing on it. As far as we know, Glick, you got to remember what I'm trying to say is Congress is listening. They're being presented something in a classified environment.
Yes.
That unless you dealt with it, that's a severity. And I've been saying that for years because there was an inkling a couple of years ago where they say, oh, we're not doing anything. And then all of a sudden, all these this audio comes up, the Chinese listening and commenting on what they were listening to on TikTok in China. And they're not supposed to be doing that. They said they weren't doing it, but they caught them red-handed. So it's one of those things. It's, some people, until it affects them, they say, well, we shouldn't worry about it. That's not a security issue. You don't know until you're in those shoes, folks.
And let me jump in on this too, please. We talk about TikTok, and we said this before. They don't like TikTok because they think the Chinese government is listening on everything. It has our information. I got a bigger question. Who the hell from Google is listening in and got our information?
It's American-owned, no, Tony. That's a difference.
Company.
It's American-owned company.
Is it American-owned entirely? Because there's a very big issue with Google.
They'd be using that as an example as far as to the people from TikTok. The CEO would say, well, look at Google. So you don't see that, though. That's the thing.
And the kicker with Google was they had remember when the Google phone first came out, it was 2009, 2010, they had a real big issue with knowing everything about you. You never gave permission.
Well, it's the same thing with Apple. Apple's the same thing.
Apple was, yeah.
But Apple is an American company that used to have a lot of their parts made in China. Now they don't have that many parts, I don't think.
We're good. We're good. I'm just saying.
But you got to remember, China is They're not our enemy, but they are an adversary.
They're an adversary right now. Yes, they are.
And you might want to look up the
You
name.
know, controversial.
Not
When
our
we did with a lot
friends.
of our businesses in the '90s, we gave it over to China. Remember?
True.
So the other thing that always comes up when you have this type of conversation is when you look at Microsoft, you look at, let's say, the Magnificent Seven, right? Those type of organizations. How many of those servers are hosting our data in Thailand, in India, in areas? How many of these companies have data centers that
Yes.
are not on American soil?
I know the call centers are moving from India to the Philippines and Korea. You know, that's
Yeah.
call centers, but servers, I think, for the most part, they're here in the United. Unless I see something otherwise, I have, you know, that would be, again, that would be something that would come rise up to the top because it would be associated with TikTok, but it hasn't.
Right.
So, you know, as far as that goes, so I think for the majority, the servers are right here in the United States. As far as for data, now game servers and stuff like that, you know, I'm on a game. I've been playing PUBG Battleground on the PC here. I used to play mobile, which is but the Battlegrounds is a lot better. I can't play rank because there's no rank servers here I had to figure out what's NA. What's NA? They're talking. Oh, North America. But there's servers over in Europe and in Asia, and those folks are playing it. But I can just play regular play. I can't play ranked play.
Right.
So you know, you have those type of servers. Are they getting information? Yeah, to get onto those games, you have to provide information, your email, and all that. But I think for the most part, financial records and all that, I would, unless I'm proven wrong, I would have a feeling they're right here in the United States.
Got it.
Gotcha.
Got it. I was holding off. I initially said before we were online, but before we even go to the next topic, Brian, you have any thoughts on TikTok and all these social media tools, utilities that you don't partake in?
I mean, not really. But I understand security is a big thing, and security is. I'm all for it. Everybody's buying VPNs now, and also too, Ted, in your line of work, and a friend of mine, and y'all basically do the same thing. Going to the Kaseya conference. It's a huge deal because information is being shared on the black market. Information is being so. It was a whole weekend. Actually, it was a whole week in Vegas of that Kaseya conference and the main thing was cybersecurity, and I'm all for it.
Yeah.
So within means and within reason and everything is logical, yes, go for it.
Smart.
Now, the one thing I have to say, the one thing that I can't, I can't think of his name. He's on Shark Tank.
Kevin O'Leary.
O'Leary, yeah. He ended up saying that over in China, there's an algorithm, and this is what it comes down to, where the algorithm is over in China for TikTok. China's not going to give that up. So the entity that buys TikTok, he said something about the whole new algorithm. And once you start messing with that, we saw what happened with TikTok, with what Elon was doing with that.
Right.
But that comes down to the crutch of it. So just within the last week, that's come out that it's basically China is not going to give it up. But if somebody, if they give the okay for the American side of TikTok, but will it be the same? But right now, we have countries around the world. They can come here and put their social media and stuff like that, but we cannot go over to China. China will not allow it. So it's one of those things. Well,
yeah, why rules for thee but not for me?
Yeah, exactly. It's just like because we're adversaries, I think, and that's the reason why and stuff like that.
It's data mining, one. I mean, we can go fully down a rabbit hole, but I don't think it'd be beneficial in this discussion. But you have to separate. You totally have to separate it to ensure that there's no issues.
Right.
So the one other item I wanted to get your take on was the upcoming July 20th, which happens to be on my birthday.
Hello.
Mike Tyson.
Oh,
Extravaganza on Netflix.
On Netflix, of all places.
The
Buddy.
polls are the greatest things to come out, I guess, in the last few years. Between
was it YouTube or TikTok they was on?
Yeah, I think both. Logan and Jake. I mean, love them or hate them.
they're making money.
They're making money. They're making
They're
money.
making money.
They're selling their drinks. They're doing this. They're doing that.
Sponsorships.
Podcasts.
Yes.
Yep. So, 27-year-old versus a 57-year-old.
A very agile 57-year-old. A very agile.
I think there has to be Mike Tyson has to sign a contract that, hey, I'm going to box with you. I'm not going to take your head off. There has to be some type.
And on top of that, he's got to get some like Mayweather payout.
Yes.
if he was to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, I said it. Mayweather payout.
I mean, I don't see. Remember Tyson and Roy Jones like 4 years ago?
Yeah,
4 years ago.
It was like 2020. It was when it happened, the exhibition, and the thing was, it had to be, there had to be an agreement in place where Mike Tyson would not take Roy Jones's head off.
Well, what's crazy is they want him to get in the ring, but they don't want him to fight like he used to. He doesn't want to be that person anymore. Me and Rich talked about this earlier this week. This is crazy. It's a charity event. It's a money grab. People raise money, get some attention, do what you want to do afterwards. We just want to see the both of y'all get in the ring and spar up on a good time.
Do you know which charity it's going to, Tony?
No, but Mike has always said if he'll fight again, he'll fight for charity. He's not doing it for the money no more.
Yeah.
So
is this going to be actually boxing gloves, or is this going to be the
boxing?
It's boxing. It's old school boxing.
Is Paul going to be wearing like headgear?
That's what. Yeah, that was. I'm like, what? That makes no sense at all. You're going to go. You're throwing a challenge out to a legend, and you want to wear a headgear. I mean, that makes no sense whatsoever. It's not logical.
I don't blame him one bit. He needs to stop playing.
I think he should be concerned about
no,
becoming a CTE case.
To quote Bernie Mac, if you're old enough to talk shit, you're old enough to get your ass whooped.
That's true.
It's true.
So I don't want no headgear. Like you've been barking. If you're gonna be that little dog that barks, you're gonna be the little dog that gets thrown off the porch by the big dog.
Has he jumped to Mike Tyson?
Say it again.
Has he talked junk to Mike Tyson? I don't think he has.
No, I haven't heard any.
That's why this fight's such a shocker. Nobody's crazy enough to talk about. I'm gonna go in the ring and beat Mike Tyson to death. Use a fool.
Well, maybe they're looking at it. There's an opportunity here in between. What's going on right now, other than what this Sunday. That's when they're going to start picking the picks for March Madness, which. I think it's already a done deal. I think Houston is going to probably win it all. I can't believe I've been watching them play for the last couple weeks here and stuff like that. So, but
Houston, really?
Houston, I think Houston, they're number one right now, and they kicked Kansas ass here recently, and Kansas is just a shamble now because I don't know if it's because of injuries or whatever, but We're in that period right after NFL, Tony, and I've talked about it. It's sort of like, okay, we're waiting for baseball, and I mean, for baseball, we got the Korean series going on. I think it's the 27th and 28th there.
Right.
2 American teams are going to be opening up the 2024 baseball season over in Korea. So, but it's everybody's not. This is getting excitement. This is like, well, last year, what we were talking about, Aaron Rodgers. And where's Aaron Rodgers now? He might be Robert Kennedy's vice president.
Listen,
there we go. Go ahead, Ted.
The Jets have basically, once the league year starts, they will have paid him $100 million.
Yeah,
and he hasn't thrown a single pass. He hasn't thrown a single pass. And I'm like, and he's always on the back page.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You got rumors that he might retire now. As far as that, it's like, I don't know. It's just
it needs to.
That was the big news last year. Now we're not really hearing anything about him as far as with the Jets, and they're sort of keeping quiet along with the Dallas Cowboys and stuff. And
there was a report today that came out to say they were annoyed. They were annoyed with this talk, and the whole. I don't know if he's going to sue CNN about the whole Sandy Hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I heard. I seen the headline on that one. Yeah. Just it's more drama than anything as far as that goes, and but it'll be interesting. I think he's planning on suiting up, I guess, this upcoming season. So
we'll see. I hope he switches for Water Wood series.
I sent a message to Ryan and Tony and Joe, and I said the first thing he'll do as VP is Adam Schefter will get arrested.
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel will get arrested.
Yes.
And Diet Coke will be illegal.
Yeah.
Ayahuasca for everyone.
Yeah.
It's come on.
What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
What are we doing?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, I'm a patriot through and through, but still, at times you just gotta be like, laugh away, world, laugh away.
That's what makes it's because it can laugh. That's what makes this country so great, Brian.
I know.
It's just like, as much as people say it's not, it is. It's greater than we as far as that goes. So Glick 2024. Okay, there we go. See, if you said that in any other country, you'd probably be thrown in the gulag.
I'll take Kanye West over.
In one case, one person was, and he recently passed away here, I guess, under, and he seemed like a young guy there over in Russia.
Right. The opposition leader.
Yeah. That was like, whoa. And,
it's okay.
Yeah, so, just like they say America's not safe. Well, I don't know. Unless you travel around, if you traveled around
the world, you'll see some shit.
Yeah, you do. And it's just, I'm not saying you got to get outside the tourist traps and stuff like that to see the people living in the huts and stuff like that. And it is an eye opener. And I've been out for like I said, 28 years and stuff, but that's burnt in the back of my head what I saw as far as people over in the Philippines, over there in Korea, and over in the Pacific Rim area and stuff like that. It's just like, whoa.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Really crazy over there.
I don't know. I tell you this much. Whenever you open up X, Aaron Rodgers is always trending now, like for the last week.
Really?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that at all as far as you've been searching for him and stuff. Maybe TikTok is filtering over onto Twitter feed.
Algorithm.
Aaron Rodgers. It's okay. You know what? it's the algorithm for me because it's Garrett Wilson, Aaron Rodgers, Jets
All Jets
Twitter.
news, all the young Jets news,
So it's Google that's bringing that up on your Twitter.
all the young Jets news.
You know, it's like Marvin Harrison Jr. Just
Yeah.
Well, who are they going to have for backup with the kid they're leaving? He's going to be leaving. Eh? He's looking at leaving. I guess his class were what 5. The one quarterback we haven't talked about is Justin Fields. Where's he going?
He ain't supposed to go no daggone where. They're trying to get rid of him.
He might play another year in Chicago, and watch Chicago will make the playoffs because of him.
No,
If he stays.
this is not make the playoffs. No.
Chicago, but he's not a fit for Chicago.
and what? Caleb Williams will just sit there and just be redshirted.
I mean, you have Jameis Winston in Cleveland now.
Yeah, I saw that too. Crazy.
Yeah, that's something.
Yeah, I mean, Glick was like heel clicking, you know,
Yeah.
with
Season.
Glick was heel clipping with sarcastic enthusiasm.
No, it's interesting. This has been an interesting, and just beforehand, as far as when word dropped this past Monday with Russell Wilson, and then a couple days later, and I think we knew Cousins was going to Atlanta. I think that was more of a given.
Yeah, his wife is from Atlanta.
Exactly.
I mean, if Desmond Ritter is now, well, since he's going to Phoenix now, what does that leave for Kyler Murray?
Mm.
I mean, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Enjoy the roller coaster ride, guys.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Alec Baldwin asked the judge to dismiss charges in a fatal rush shooting. Just got a news alert. Because they put the armor. They found the armorer guilty, which is what's supposed to happen.
Right.
He doesn't want that person to go to jail. I don't blame him. I ain't mad at him. That don't look good. That person going to jail.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. While we're here, Taylor, you're trying to narrow this down. I just got one question for you. This is in your field.
Yes.
Can you explain that shutdown between AT&T, T-Mobile, and Verizon? I was mad as hell at me. I was like, I know I paid my bill. Then I couldn't even see my damn bill.
I plead the fifth.
This, you know what? LateNightParents.com. Where you follow?
Not online. When we go offline, I'll explain it to you.
When did that happen? Oh, did that happen recently here or what? Was there an outage?
Yeah, like
last week.
It was 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks ago.
Oh, okay.
Like 2 weeks ago.
Didn't
When
affect
all the
me.
services go down all together.
Yeah, for 8 hours.
Mine was still good.
That
Mine was
day.
still good. I was able to watch YouTube on my phone
Oh,
on my
you got
break.
Sprint?
Listen, no Verizon.
Probably had cricket. Anyway, Ted,
I have Verizon, dude.
I got one more quick topic. Did anybody see Shiba Inu when it went up 700% a couple of weeks ago?
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
what's Shiba? I have no idea.
Another cryptocurrency.
Oh, crypto. Okay.
Altcoins. This is the type of stuff where Tony and his crew
Yes.
used to be on like Friday evenings or Thursday evenings,
Every
and
damn day.
they would be cutting up, talking about crypto and the latest and all this other stuff, and everyone was a crypto enthusiast.
Mm-hmm.
And I would just sit back and be like, let me listen. Let me hear what these guys have to say. James used to talk about Shiba Inu. And when that thing shot up the other day, I sent a message to Tony. I said,
okay.
I said, there you go. It might have been a few years later, but if you're still holding on to any shares.
Well, that's how it was with Bitcoin.
Yes.
Yeah, because I could still. There was a coworker. I'm just thinking right now that he said, "Yeah, when I was buying, what was that song? copying thing there back before Facebook, man.
MySpace.
Napster, MySpace.
No, they picked up songs and you could do music or something like that on the very first iPod Touch, and you would have to buy Bitcoin to buy it, but it was like $5 for a Bitcoin or something. One Bitcoin. What's a Bitcoin now? It's up to like close to 40 grand.
It's close to 60.
60 is that okay? So this is one full Bitcoin. You have to you got to buy a couple Bitcoins, and then you can buy this this music and stuff like that on Master or something like that. And they
topped out at 72,000.
Yeah,
I thought it was. Was it 72 was the highest?
72 is the highest.
Well, you're talking some 20 years ago. 20 years ago, you could buy these Bitcoins for like a couple bucks a pop. That's one full Bitcoin net for $2 compared to now. So this is the case that one item that you mentioned there that is a few years later. It's freaking something drove it up and stuff like that.
So it's one of those things. If you held on to it, like Tony D, you are now rich as can be. Hopefully, when it shot up, Tony, that's when you sold it. You still holding on to it?
I'm hard.
Oh, you are.
I got rid of with the XLM. I got rid of that.
Okay.
Everybody else is still down. So when they all hit $1 a piece, I'm gonna be talking to y'all from the air with them Tony Stark jokes.
Oh my goodness, Rich, are you doing a broadcast in the morning?
Yes, I will be doing the morning broadcast tomorrow.
You'll be getting up late.
No, it's good doing the broadcast. I'm glad I'm like I said, I'm on. I appreciate the invite, Ted, as far as coming up here. It's always good hooking up with you guys and stuff. I have fun with it. I'm expanding a little bit on broadcasts as far as going 2 broadcasts at once because I'm trying to get a little bit more traction over on Rumble, which I think is showing some results over there as far as and there's a lot of good content over there, and I still got some sheep. Rick, okay, yeah, Rick is involved in that too. Okay, he's a big crypto coin. Yeah, okay, very smart. I just deal with the little Satoshis there that I get 3 cents. If I listen to the replay of this on Ted's podcast and stuff, I'll get like 3 cents or something on Satoshis. It sucks. But I'm still sticking with the schedule there. And like I said, it just and this has been said before, I think we have more opportunities to broadcast. We're seeing people that we haven't seen before coming up, people trying newer things, which is always encouraging because it's always good because that's how you move forward and you become a little bit more, you don't make it don't keep it in the unknown, learn about it and stuff like that. You're going to make mistakes and all that, but it's fun stuff to do. It is. As far as I'm concerned, it's fun, or else I wouldn't be doing it,
Oh yeah. One last question, maybe for Brian or for all 3 of you. Did any of you guys see the Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou beat down last week?
I saw the highlights.
It was such a mismatch. I mean, we knew it was going to be a mismatch, but that thing was just.
Was that the one that ended in the first round?
Yes.
Okay, I saw JoJo's post on it.
Yeah, it was like.
Yeah, we had JoJo. We have the. We missed you, JoJo. Where are you?
I mean, it was really, really bad to the point where you're sitting there and you're like, okay, he shouldn't be in here with this guy.
Straight blasphemy. I saw y'all's comments. I already knew better.
I was like, he can get hurt. And it was just like that third knockdown, I guess when the back of his head hit the mat and he was just totally out.
That was it.
They were giving him oxygen.
That was it.
Yeah, it's just like, I'm like, this celebrity, these type of boxing matches. I mean, I know they generate a lot of money because Joshua made 50 million, and what's his name made 20 million.
50 million. Damn, I might have gotten the ring for that.
No. Like I said, you can put 200 million in front of me to step in the ring with Tyson. I said, I'm not taking that money. No, that's
contractual obligations.
One punch. That's all it takes from these guys. I think that's part of when you get older and wiser, you're not doing dumb things like I used to do when I was a kid.
Right.
I just want to present one thing, and then we are out of here. Let's see.
Oh, have we been on for an hour? Wow, it doesn't seem. Wow.
Rich, you've been hanging around there too long. You started to talk more and more.
No, it's just like you lose track of time on the clock there and stuff like that. So, there he is.
It's only a minute clip.
Easy there, Rick.
We go night.
I don't need to see no more shots of his pants. Keep the camera off his pants.
Pants are kind of stylish, though.
Pause.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead.
That's a death wish.
Lifelong medical coverage, more than just generic medication.
That's a death wish.
You're right. It isn't. It was a minute and 30 seconds.
It's in the 5 minutes. I'm gonna give him credit.
That's a death wish.
5 minutes.
I don't know.
Go back to sleep.
I'll leave it there. So we know Rich is doing the morning coffee in the morning. Ryan, where can we catch you?
On here or any other guest or any other show that I'm a guest on. Catch me on Discord at hashtag Thailander713 or Snapchat at Thailander_F150. Yeah.
Fireman Rich, we can catch you at Fireman Rich across the board, or
well, on X at Fireman Rich, but all the other ones you just Google at Fireman Rich. I'm just looking at JoJo. JoJo's got a whole bunch of pictures there of the upcoming fights. I take it too. So he's been active on his Twitter page here over the last week and stuff like that. So and like I said, the one fight you were talking about, as soon as you said that, I remember something popping up.
Yeah.
And I could just see in his tweet there, he was just like, come on, I can just hear it. Come on. Really?
I turned it on and I was just like, okay.
I'm trying to look. Yeah.
Within like 45 seconds, he hit the floor.
Right.
And I was like, yeah, someone's going to get hurt.
Yeah.
And then it was just like he got past the first round and you could see he had that look on his face. Francis Ngannou, like he was done.
Right.
Hold on.
He was done. So, Tony D?
Yes.
Where can we find you?
Linktree Tony D down original. Haven't really been broadcasting much. Gonna be working on my Rumble page, TONYTON72. Definitely follow me on Twitter, TONYTON163. Definitely on Twitch, TOAYTOS72. Check those out right now.
Got it.
Right now, check those out. Fantasy football's been over, so out of having everybody up there, thank y'all for coming through. Going to get back on my music soon. Been busy with other stuff back behind the scenes. I'm going to be tired for about another 2 months with what I got going on before I actually start situating myself to get back on a regular schedule. But
we also been kicking around the idea about the United Football League, maybe just get
take care of that.
Oh yeah.
Even
Because tomorrow I am buying tickets for the first game for the Roughnecks on the 31st.
United Football League and also Arena Football League is like right around the corner too. Are you guys into that?
Still going? I was asked if
I
that was
I watch it. I watch it from time to time, but now that we got
of course.
you got the UFL now, so we're good.
Yeah.
I haven't watched
Houston Roughnecks, baby.
Yeah.
Houston Roughnecks.
No, Guardians.
I think I'm gonna take Orlando.
Yeah, Atlanta. So that's something we can kick around. You know, not a regular schedule, but we do have some football going on. And there's some players there. My Twitter feed, the algorithm that I have my Twitter feed, I'm getting the Roughnecks, the whole bit as far as that goes. And
the
so
algorithm.
Yeah.
Yes.
Big shout out to friends Rick Costa. He did mention X-Men 97 drops March 20th.
Yeah.
Oh, can I mention a show?
Of course.
The one show I'm watching, it's on FX. It's already in the 4th episode. And I watched this years back in the early 80s. It's James Carver's Shogun.
Yes.
This Shogun compared to the first one I thought I had a Betamax and I recorded the whole thing. Back in the day. It's like that's age dating big time there, Betamax. But this newer one in FX, I mean, you feel like you're right there during the time of that time period in Japan and stuff like that. And the acting is superb on it. The storyline, I've read the book. It's going right along with the book as far as that goes. But just the authenticities of what they're doing in film now with stories, it's just amazing. You know, and I even stay up late to watch it there when we get done watching something else. And then I still got to watch. I guess the 4th episode of Halo is out.
Hey, Random Rick. I have not seen Halo yet. I've been on a Star Trek binge. Because like I was going through my HBO Max. I watched all the original Mojo Picture, all the way through the Generation movies, and now I did watch both seasons of Strange New Worlds, which is really, really good. I like. Now
really good.
Yeah, I'm watching Enterprise now. I'm on the first season, episode 11.
Okay.
Then after I get done with that, then I'm gonna watch Picard. Well, should I go with Picard first or Discovery or the other way around?
Picard, then Discovery, then Strange New Worlds.
Well, if you start now, you might be able to get Discovery done in time for the final season. It starts the 5th of April.
Right. So, but I'm just watching Enterprise right now. So,
and have you guys been doing your research on season 5 for Discovery?
I'd seen the promos on it and stuff like that. It looks like it's gonna be interesting as far as that goes. But I'm looking for the next season of Strange Worlds. That's to me.
I'm hoping they have a great opportunity.
Yeah.
A great opportunity to, I guess, this adventure. They find a ship that's like 800 years old with the remains of Captain James T. Kirk.
What? Wait. But Kirk was done in Generations.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're going back to Ripple in Time.
They already said it. They brought back Spock. They can still bring back James.
That's why you have to watch the 3rd season of Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
so you see the tie-in.
So Picard first, then Discovery.
Yes.
I see what you did there.
You see what I did, right?
What you did there.
You watch Picard, and you'll say, "Whoa, wait a minute."
I see what you did there.
Okay.
Spoiler,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, because
spoiler
I
alert,
mean,
boy. Shout out to Wesley Crusher.
but because I when I was living with my dad, I watched all the original series. I watched all the Generations with my dad. I watched all the Voyager with my dad, all the Deep Space Nine with my dad. And then when I moved out, that was when I remember watching the first 4 episodes of the first season of Enterprise, and then that was it.
Yeah.
So I've been out of touch until 2009, watching the revamped movie and everything got me back into it. And then that's when I'm like, okay. And then with my HBO Max or Max now,
Mm-hmm.
and Paramount Plus now, I'm going back. I'm doing heavy deep dives now.
I'm loving the Paramount Plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
And I was telling Tony here a couple days ago that with the Halo, even if you've never played the game and stuff, you watch the first season, it's like seven episodes, and then this one that's going off now,
I think
it's a good story. It's an interesting story.
On Halo, I only saw the 2 movies that they came out. Last was 2012 and 2014. But well, yeah. Also, too, what was cool, the only issue I have right now with all live streaming services, I can't find a streaming service that does Battlestar Galactica.
No, you won't. Tubi.
Tubi, yeah.
Tubi?
Tubi.
Okay.
That's free.
Battlestar Galactica, and they got Space 1999, I believe.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
because
they just updated their servers and all that because I seen a new logo on my Roku as far as that.
Because I mean, watching I was going through my Plex, and then I was like, oh crap! I saw all 4 seasons of the show, and I'm like, well, I could go back and rewatch them all.
Yeah.
On my Plex is Andromeda.
Ah,
yeah.
And then I remember watching all that, and then on Peacock, if you type in sci-fi, Farscape. I was like, I only saw the first season of Farscape.
Wow, that was. Oh wow!
Shut up, Wesley.
Yeah, shut up, Wesley.
So I mean, but yeah, I just know on Picard, you got the return of Seven, which I love Jerry Ryan.
Yeah, you're gonna love the 3rd season.
Yeah.
It's kind of I just want to have a conversation where you just see you have T'Pol talking with Seven, but it's after watching all of them, it's okay, you have Spock, Tuvok, T'Pol, and then the other Romulan. I'm trying to remember. I'm just imagine having a conversation. But 7 and 9 and Tuvok, I always like their interactions.
Yeah.
Oh man. All right. I think we're gonna call it a night. Want to thank everyone for coming through here, and we hope to be back.
Thank you, because you've been missed, Ted. Just to let you know, straight up, you've been missed over the last couple of weeks and stuff. And we know you're busy and all that, but you are thought about, and I enjoy you pop-ups on the morning when you're taking that train. It's just make sure I know you're safe on that trip.
Yes.
Oh, Ted goes by a new nickname now. Ted the Tool Man.
Wow.
We'll talk about that offline. Want to thank everyone for coming through.
Pause.